So is this 7 or? Hey Dan. Coach, is this full 7 or full 9 or is this 7? Full 9.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another day of Miners action as we are getting ready here at Coral Seymour Park. A bit of a nasty spitting rain here coming out today. Off and on showers for most of the day, but we came for baseball and we're going to play baseball for as long as we can. Of course, this will be the final game in this long road series for the Miners, and the team coming off of being on the receiving end of a no-hitter can only go up from here in many regards. And honestly, as they getting ready to start this first inning, that seems to be the sentiment here. Everyone's kind of realized that you have to accept what happens, and they're getting ready to turn the page, start a new game, and hopefully come out a lot hotter as David Bermudez is once again the leadoff man for the Miners.
He takes ball 1 in there, yeah. The lineup certainly reflects trying to turn the page. I'll just say a powerful lineup at the plate, something we haven't seen all year.
Behind Bermudez, we have Rother in the 2-hole for the first time. Rando now in the 3. Walter's going to be the cleanup. Wilson in the 5. Nick Sorelli in the 6-hole. As Ferreira, Nakamura, and Jordan Williams round out the final 3 spots, as now David Bermudez set in a 1-2 count. Obviously, a bit more focus on control, especially with the rain and everything going on for the pitchers today. Rain adds a new element every single time. It makes it a lot harder to grip in the field, but especially for the pitchers. Bermudez fouls off another one here.
Yeah, for the Oilers, their defensive alignment, outfield left to right, it's going to be Pennington, Grunberg, Soika, infield left to right, Moore, Antonsen, Olmstead, Novicki, Roca, and then Roca on the mound, and then Johnson behind the plate.
As David Bermudez is going to become the first out here, ring him up on strikes as the Miners go down for the first time. And definitely not the exact turnaround that they would have hoped for, but maybe that's why they moved Casey Rother up into the 2-hole here. This is easily their most powerful lineup, as he gets good contact on the first ball. Racing after is going to be Soika, as he's able to hawk that one away from Casey Rother. Nice contact though, seeing the ball better already, it seems, as now we're going to see Tyler Rando coming up to the plate. Rando going to be the DH for the Miners today, hitting well, especially getting plenty of extra base hits over the past few games.
Rando, the right-handed batter.
That one's going to be inside now. And Miners obviously struggled hitting their last time out, but that seems to be the trend across the ABL for everyone so far, as no one has a batting average over 240 at this point in the season, with the Pilots currently being the highest at 237.
It'd be hard to up that today, as it is freezing cold on top of the rain. I'm cold up here just in the booth. It's mid-50s, but the real feel's below that.
Rocha going to deliver that one as it's flied up. Going to be an easy put away for Garrett Pennington, someone who's well familiar with the long ball yesterday. Miners couldn't create any kind of action in the top of the first, hoping that they can at least do the same to their opponents in the bottom of the first. Miners going to be heading out to the mound. Lance Santier getting his first time back on the mound in over a week and rejoining his team, hoping to close out this series. We'll see him in action in the bottom of the first. Be sure to come back for that. Stay tuned.
We do top of the second.
Welcome back to the bottom of the first. Miners unable to create any action of their own with the bats in the top of the first. Now going to hand it over to their lefty, Lance Santerre, on the mound. As Santerre, similar durability as we've seen from numbers like Christian Steelhorse so far this year, lasting about 4 innings in his 2 appearances for 8 innings pitched so far this year for the Miners. And Santerre has definitely come out looking strong in both of his appearances, making sure he can keep that momentum rolling into later innings 5 and beyond would be a major victory for the Miners, keeping their bullpen relatively unused as it has been all series so far.
Yeah, they certainly can go with the arms, but the pen really right now isn't as deep as at least Tyler LeBrun would hope. But Santerre, who struggled after the first couple innings of his first few starts, will look to get it going today.
First to the plate for the Peninsula Oilers is going to be Cole Moore, somebody who has seemingly been the biggest thorn in the side of these Matsu Miners. 3 hits in their second part of the doubleheaders the other day, 3 singles to be exact, as he was spraying them to every part of the field. Now Lance Santerre evens it up with a 2-2 count. He could strike out more. It would be the first time they put him away in 4 ABs. As this one's going to be softly grounded down. Santerre running over. A nice flip over there from Sorelli, but cannot be gloved by Santerre. He's going to get on via an error.
It's going to be an error on Santerre. Should have had that one. And Cole Moore, who's been on the bases all series, is back on again.
And something I had mentioned before when we started this game, when you have weather like this, fielding becomes much harder. Something that you might be able to grab normally with your glove, it's going to be a bit slipperier.
Cole Moore, who's also stolen 3 bases this series. There's plenty of speed over at first.
Santerre with the delivery, and he absolutely causes Taylor Johnson to just take cover more than defend himself is the best way I would describe it.
Runner moves up to second on the wild pitch from Santerre. Call the ball.
Might be one of the wild pitches we've seen so far this year. Really seemed to get away from him, and obviously you don't want to talk it this early, but we've already seen the effect of the rain on the fielding. It could continue to affect the pitching the way it is. I don't want to see any of these batters get hit.
Bring out the spider cat.
Santerre, though, nice delivery there, right back into the zone.
1-1 here on Taylor Johnson, the catcher from USC. Runner on second, nobody out.
And Johnson was another solid contributing bat right behind Moore the other day. Seemingly always followed suit, but did have a few strikeouts to his name as well. Big swing there, going to be a bit over it. Nice breaking action there by Santerre.
Santerre going ahead now, 1-2. Just trying to get a grip on that ball. It's a rainy day here in Kenai, so certainly the ball's going to be slippery out there on the mound.
Well, it is going to be harder for everybody, though, so you can't appreciate... You have to accept that it's just going to be a challenge for everybody on the field. As this one looks like it could have been called strike bit high that time over the black, as it's going to be a 2-2 count now. So much focus on the control right now with Santerre. Obviously, in these conditions, you're not going to hit your max velo, just focusing on hitting that strike zone. Big swing there, gets his first K of the day. That one's going to be Taylor Johnson going down swinging as Santerre gets the first out of the inning.
Now it's going to be his USC teammate John Olmstead to the plate. Olmstead hitting in the 3-hole again. He was there both games on Tuesday as well as one on Monday. Olmstead, right-handed batter against the left-hander Santerre. In the on-deck circle is Garrett Pennington, who had 2 3-run home runs yesterday.
Bit of California action, obviously. The Bigs California native with Santerre on the mound. Bit of a Cali showdown as Santerre takes the first part of this battle with a strike called on the inside. Nice front door attack there by Santerre.
Santerre Obviously from California, he hasn't pitched in too many games this chilly before, but looks to have decent command of the breaking ball so far.
Swing there, going to send it out. Center fielder calling him off. Wilson going to put this one away. Breaking for third now. Throw won't be there in time as Moore is going to pull into third with 2 outs away.
Yeah, that ball up in the air. Tyler Wilson was having trouble tracking down. It's obviously pretty overcast today with the rain. And the rain's really pretty much pelting him out there in center field, so not an easy read, but he was able to come up with it. Moore does go to third, but it won't matter if Santerre can get Pennington here.
And Pennington obviously carries a big bat himself. 3-run homers in both parts of the doubleheader the other day. Trying to continue his streak here as Santerre looking to shut him down and keep that run only 90 feet away from home plate from ever coming across. This one, a quick shot. David Bermudez, nice jump there. Quick hop, and that's the 3rd out. We are going to escape the first frame with no score. Miners coming back up to the bat, 4, 5, and 6 in the order, going up to the plate. Make sure to stay here at Coral Seymour Park to watch some more Miners action at the top of the 2nd. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to some more Miners action as we have some heavy clouds looming in the distance. Definitely more of a gloomy day here at Coral Seymour Park, but hopefully the Miners looking for less than gloomy results. Coming up to the bat first here in the top of the 2nd is going to be Aaron Walters.
Watch his ball one there. Walters batting in the 4-hole again today, but he's in right field. That's a spot he hasn't been in all year. Casey Rother drawing the start at third. Correct me, actually. Walters did start their game 2 yesterday, but yesterday was his first start in right field.
And Walters, while he is in the cleanup role, didn't have any extra base hits and going to be thrown out there easily at first. A nice simple play, 4-3 action from the Oilers. But extra base hits, something that seems almost more spread out for this Miners lineup. It's not necessarily that it's all packed on one player outside of maybe Sorelli and Rother with their long balls. But everyone from top to bottom, especially in the lineup today, can definitely send it deep for the Miners. Tyler Wilson tries to do just that with a big swing there on the first pitch, strike 1.
Wilson hammered a couple of balls in game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. One went right at the left fielder Pennington, and then one a line out to the second baseman Olmstead.
It's nice contact here again. Going to be a tough grab. Olmstead able to bring it in, throws it past first base though. Nice recovery by Taylor Johnson, moving from behind the plate to get that ball thrown awry. Going to be safe on first.
It's going to be an E4, yeah. Olmstead on second didn't even pick that one up cleanly. He picked it up, or tried to pick it up, booted it, went to it, and then threw wildly as he tried to throw Wilson out at first. Probably wouldn't even had him at first to begin with, but the throw was offline either way. So the Miners have their first base runner of the day. Tyler Wilson with a ton of speed over at first.
Now coming up to the plate, we have Nick Sorelli. Plenty of power behind that bat and showing a lot more control at the plate as of late. 7 walks picked up over the last 3 days. He is absolutely increasing his ability to get on, whether that comes by swinging the bat or not.
Yeah, Sorelli's been all over the bases via the walk this series. certainly seeing pitches, specifically breaking balls down low better.
And taking ball 2 here, seeing that well so far in this AB. Ahead now 2-0. Nick Sorelli might not even have to lift the lumber from his shoulder.
Sorelli here, though, in a 2-pitch is probably looking for a fastball center cut. So Liam Roca tries to work around a 1-out base runner.
Another delivery here. Big swing by Sorelli. Seemed to get over that one. Couldn't quite put him away. This isn't the first time that this Miners squad has seen Rocha as well. Rocha, of course, has pitched 13 innings so far this season. 4 or 5 of those against the Miners as they saw him in their first contest of the season. As he's going to try for a pickoff attempt here now. Wilson, one of the fastest players on this Miners roster, even with the bigger leadoff there, would have had no issue returning to the plate.
Sorelli at the plate has moved his average to 268. His on base is over 400.
Another big swing here as that one just seemed to curve off low and outside. And the changeup has proved to be one pitch that Sorelli has had more difficulty seeing, but you've seen him laying off more of those lower pitches, especially down the bottom of the black. Some nice control, especially coming from him as he gets under this one. Might find some grass, but it's going to be a long run instead. And he will not get under that one as it slips past him. Tried to make the sliding attempt, but instead misses the ball. And that is going to go down.
That's probably going to be a hit. Yeah, the center fielder moving out there. They have a new center fielder out there today. The Oilers do. Ditzenberg has been out there the last couple of days. Ben Grunberg out there today. And on the slide, he's probably slid between 10 and 15 feet on that grass. Good as a hit for Sorelli.
A nice effort there, but wondering if that's more of him just misjudging the distance of the ball or the conditions out in center field. As you can see, there's still plenty of dead grass around, making any slippery conditions a bit more dangerous.
That ball was smoked, though, off the bat of Sorelli, going the opposite way with it.
Now, Miners 2 on, 1 away. And coming up to the plate is going to be Mike Ferreira, getting a chance to get a few more hacks today.
Ferreira in left field today.
And that one going to end up going behind his head. Wild pitch as the runners easily advance into second and third. That one almost clipped his helmet. Ferreira ahead now.
Yeah, that was kind of what Lance Santerre had in the first inning. Way wild pitch up and in. That one actually got over Ferreira's head. So now second and third with just 1 out for the Miners as they try to scratch across the first run of this ball game. Ferreira with Nakamura in the on-deck circle.
Ferreira, he and Sweeney are 2 batters that have a lot of power as hitters. They obviously plant more from their back foot when they're swinging for the fences. Just haven't been able to find a lot of clear spots as they're driving it into the gloves. But a sac fly here, break the tie early. There's only 1 out, and that wild pitch really put them in prime scoring position.
It's gone 1-1 as pounding the outside corner with a fastball was Rocha. Rocha plays his college baseball at California Baptist University, 6'3", 200 pounds.
Another delivery low and outside. Nice job there by Johnson. Johnson got a bit spoiled during that no pitcher with Yasinich not having to block or chase a lot of pitches. Right now he's giving a lot more labor behind the plate.
Yeah, that was a good block there and a sliding stop. Obviously, like I said before, the slippery ball is on the mound, but it's going to be a tough day for both catchers.
Nice turn the other way. This one falling and going to be a foul out. A disappointing third out there, or second out there, as Cole Moore is able to scurry underneath that one in foul ground. Mike Ferreira becomes the second out of the inning. And now we come to the RBI king of the Miners, Kevin Nakamura. Naka, a big scoring chance here.
And Nax hitting 222 on the year. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs. He's had limited at-bats. He's struggled to find his footing in the playing time department with Tyler Rando and Sam Thompson both having catching abilities. But in here today in the 8-hole.
Never a bad problem to have plenty of talented catchers.
Yes, there's strike 1. Outside breaking the ball there from Rocha. Nakamura went to Whitman College for 4 years, and this spring this fall he'll be transferring to Loyola Marymount to play his final season.
This one's going to be a very soft dink shot, pulling him off the bag nearly, but Novicki able to get the extension and stay on for the third out, tagging him at first. Miners got the chance to score, men on second and third, couldn't bring any home. Instead, we are going to be heading to the bottom of the second with the Oilers and their response. Be sure to stay tuned for more action here in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
We want you to stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you by
Welcome back here as we get ready for the Miners to take the field once again. Lance Santerre still on the mound for your Miners as Henry Novicki, the man who made the acrobatic play at first to end the top of this inning, is going to be the first to step up. Novicki struggling a bit recently, but been bolstered by the absolutely meteoric rise into the lineup of Cole Moore and Garrett Pennington.
In here, first batter of the inning. He's got a 1-0 count.
Takes that one as a strike, a nice breaking action into the low and away corner.
1-1 here on the fifth inning rather. First baseman Henry Novicki. So he watches that one low and away, ball 2.
Started to come around but did not break his wrist. That slider getting plenty of action from Lance Santerre so far. Santerre getting ready. And the delivery. That one was a nice cutting action, it seemed, on the inside, but not enough to convince the home plate ump that was a strike, as he's now in a 3-1 count with the threat of walking his first batter of the game. Will not do it on this pitch, though, pushing it to a full count now.
3-2 here on the left-handed Novicki, lefty-on-lefty matchup. Maybe a slider here from Santerre.
Anything low and away. Gotta get him looking instead. Really pounding heat into that low and away corner of the black and putting him away for the first out of the inning.
That was a good pitch there from Santerre, coming with the gas on the outside edge. Second strikeout of the day for the lefty from Delta Community College.
And now he'll be tasked with the DH for the Oilers. John Hanley coming up. Hanley's been moved all around as well. Played some behind the plate, some at first, and today just getting to swing the bat as he watches that one go by himself and Kevin Nakamura at the plate.
1-0 here on John Hanley. He's not listed as a catcher. He's listed as an infielder, actually, but apparently he has some versatility behind the plate, and he was behind the plate in Game 1 yesterday. Of the doubleheader.
We've seen plenty of first basemen move behind the plate and back and forth this year. Magnow and Keel for the Chinooks also doing the same.
So it's gone 2-0 here on the 6th hitting John Hanley. Andrew Soika, the right fielder, left-handed hitting batter in the on-deck circle.
Hanley, no real reason to swing unless he likes it. Seemed to like that one. Going to be fouled away into the home bleachers, though. Landing harmlessly. Nice effort, though, in right field by Aaron Walters.
2-1 here on Hanley. Hanley plays his college baseball at Santa Clara University, California. Santerre winds. Here comes the 2-1.
Nice delivery, but not quite enough. That one's going to fall out of the zone. Going to be a 3-1 count now, and back into an unfavorable count. Can't seem to get ahead of hitters in this inning so far, but it's all about how you react. As he gets a nice turn on this one, sending it right between Bermudez and Rother. Rother, of course, getting his first stint at third base that we've seen this year.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting by John Hanley. 3-1 pitch. Didn't try to do too much with it, just going between the gap at short and third into left field. Now it's going to bring up Soika. Soika's been all over this lineup. This series we've seen him bat first, second, 8th, 9th, and today in the 7th hole.
And right now there seems to be a bit of a conference between skipper Tyler LeBrun and our home plate umpire here today. So Soika is just going to have to wait for a little bit.
Yeah, interested to see what conversation is going on down there.
Not the first time Soika's been left waiting. Obviously didn't get the chance to play in 2021 any college ball. The year before, a CSUN product,
Cal State
329
Northridge.
hitter.
Because now the home plate umpire is going to go talk with the Oiler manager.
Seems to be a lot of conversation and not a whole lot of baseball going on. Interested to see what comes of this, if anything.
Looks like we're going to resume play. Home plate umpire back behind the plate. Soika in, and we're going to resume play.
Hasn't been the first stoppage of play we've seen this series either. Obviously, a bit of checking for pine tar and any other substance yesterday's game. But right now it seems like we're just going to be allowed to continue with what we have. Soika getting ready for his first pitch, squaring up for it immediately. He's going to be popped out. Chance for a double play now. The throw is off, though. A wasted opportunity that time as Rother threw it a bit too low. Sorelli couldn't bring it in. Runner's going to remain at first, but they will get the out on the pop-out bunt attempt.
Yeah, Rother made a good play there on the charge, but he had a lot more time, I think, than he realized. The runner, Hanley, who was already almost on second base trying to come back to the bag, he would have had plenty of time to throw him out. He rushed the throw. It was in the dirt, and Sorelli couldn't scoop it on a big hop.
Hanley was dead to rights by all means, but gets to survive for another play, as now we're going to have
Ben Grunberg to the plate. Grunberg watched the fastball there for strike one. Grunberg's really struggled in the hit department this year. He's struck out in almost 50% of his at-bats as well, so he's going to look to get it going here.
Santerre using that lefty advantage on the mound to go for a pickoff attempt. Nothing here, though. 0-1 count for Ben Grunberg.
Grunberg could reach. It'd be Trevor Antonsen from Seattle University on deck.
And he'll reach by means of hit by pitch.
Santerre coming up and in there. Maybe another ball that slipped away, and now it's going to be first and second. Bottom of the order, Antonsen coming to the plate, the shortstop.
Now batting shortstop, number 24,
Trevor Antonsen. One of the few batters in this rotation that has been fairly quiet throughout the 4 games we've had so far this series. However, he's what I would like to call a spark plug, where he only needs to get about one solid contact to really contribute here. Already has a runner in scoring position that likely should have been put away. Miners hoping to minimize any potential runs here, as he gets a nice delivery on the first one. They're going to be strike one as well.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there from Santerre. Came with the breaking ball.
Santerre, for the 8 innings he pitched before today, only had 3 walks to 9 strikeouts, a 3-to-1 ratio in that department. Only 1 walk so far on the hit by pitch, hoping to avoid any base by balls.
As that ball missed way outside Nakamura behind the plate, making a nice athletic play out there to reach after it. So 1-1 here to Trevor Antonsen.
We're going to see a lot of movement from these catchers, as we've seen it in only the first 2 innings. They're both getting worked. Santerre keeping an eye on the base path. Nice delivery there, going to be a bit too far inside.
2-1 now, and Antonsen is. The cowbell has made an appearance into Kenai again today. That cowbell down by the beer garden has been a consistent competitor into Coral Seymour Ballpark this series.
Always nice to get a little rowdy crowd. Not too many people risking another. This one's going to be another hit by pitch. I apologize for interrupting myself, but back-to-back runners now getting on base via a hit by pitch. And Lance Santerre has loaded up the bases on himself after nearly getting out of this inning with a double play.
It's Cole Moore now. Bases loaded. They haven't been able to keep Moore off the bases. He didn't get a hit or a walk his first time. He reached on an error. Ground ball to Sorelli that he flipped over to Santerre that Santerre couldn't glove. Moore reached and he got all the way to third, but Santerre ended the inning.
Many people may see Moore as the last batter that the Miners want to face, but if Santerre can punch him out, like he has the confidence to do, that could be a huge boost in morale for the Miners as he gets the first strike there, getting himself ahead early.
0-1 on Cole Moore. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. He hasn't faced any lefties besides Will Johnston this series, but maybe he can go with it here.
Santerre, plenty of company out there as he gets another beautiful strike, this time full front attack, using a bit of heat to push by him.
Exactly how you want to attack Cole Moore. You don't want to get down to the count to him because he'll make you pay. But 0-2 now on Moore. He'll be defensive here. Maybe put something out of the zone if you're Lance Santerre.
Possibly anything in this kind of weather too. A jam shot would be an absolute ringer to the hands of the hitter. But he is going to try to get him fishing just a bit outside the zone. Going to be the first ball now, a 1-2 count.
Miners have a shot to take first place alone today in the ABL standings as the Chinooks have the day off. It's just Anchorage Bucks versus Anchorage Glacier Pilots at Mulcahy Stadium. So Miners win would move them to 10-6 ahead of the would-be second place Chinooks at 9-6.
Big throw there, Lance Santerre gets himself out of the inning with no runs coming across. Bases loaded, no damage done. Miners survive 2, still a tie ball game at 0-0. Going to be heading back up to the plate to start off the third here at Coral Seymour Park. Welcome back to more Miner Mania as they are getting ready to take their own swings at the plate, starting off this third inning. Miners didn't get the chance to bring anyone across with 2 on in scoring position in the top of the second.
And just 1 out. Pop out and a weak ground out to end the inning.
Now we're going to be starting off the third with Jordan Williams, the 9-hole for the Miners. First at the plate as he fouls that one off to make it a 1-1 count.
Williams today getting the start at second base, only his second start at second base of the year. He's been primarily over at third.
They seem to be trusting his batting instinct, and that's definitely what's landed him on the rotation today. As coming into this game, Williams batting right at that Mendoza line, but for a team that seems to be very streaky, kind of high and lows for when they're really on their hitting game, having someone that's at least reliable is a huge boost, especially this low in the rotation. As he gets a hold of this one, sends it back even further, bounces off the wall, going for two. Williams going to be sliding in and safe.
Yeah, Jordan Williams got a really good piece of wood on that ball. The left fielder twisting and turning, going back in left field. That was, I believe, the left fielder.
Garrett Pennington.
Yeah, Garrett Pennington was moving back there in left field. But yeah, nice piece of wood there by Williams. 3-1 pitch, being aggressive. Pennington twisting and turning, couldn't get it. And he had to hustle to get in there, too. That ball was smoked off the fence.
Only way he would have caught that is if he was standing at the wall. That was a quality piece of hitting. And that's what happens when you talk up players. They just deliver results right for you to make you look even better.
I don't know about that one. Bermudez could bunt here as well. Runner on second, nobody out.
Or you could say Bermudez is going to hit a home run, and you'd look really cool.
No, I would expect the bunt here. Bermudez has laid down a couple already this year, so certainly no stranger to it.
No, not at all. And plenty of speed, too. Being a middle infielder, able to get all over. It's trying to get him with a bit of curving action there. Going to fall outside the zone, ball one.
Didn't square up there. Kind of surprised. You could still see it, I guess, but figured they would try it on the first pitch.
I think Bermie is pretty adept when it comes to landing shots almost between the infield and the outfield. Something like that could be huge as well for bringing Williams across.
So it's going 2-0 now here on David Bermudez. Rocha just struggling to find his command here in the third.
Rocha, I had mentioned before he pitched against the Miners. One thing I had forgotten from their first contest is he went 7 innings deep in that first game, only allowing 3 hits. So Miners definitely seem to be seeing him a bit better today.
That ball's away, and Rocha's falling behind 3-0 now on David Bermudez. And Casey Rother, one of the ABL's best hitters, sits in the on-deck circle, and he'd love a chance with first and second and nobody away.
Maybe getting that with this next pitch, 3-0 count. No room for error for Rocha on the mound. Rocha gets his first strike there, finally able to break the seal, still behind and still lingering on walking a batter. It's David Bermudez just needs to keep a solid eye on the strike zone.
Bermudez taking the whole way there.
Getting ahead on that one, gets a nice landing shot in left field. Williams waved around, nice throw from left, but going way over his head as Bermudez is going to scoot into second in the meantime. Miners finally rallying in the dugout, getting some energy going. They break that. No-hitter, no shutout today. The Miners, they came to score.
Yeah, David Bermudez also being aggressive. Back-to-back 3-1 pitches just barreled up in the zone for the Miners. Exactly what you want to see, aggressive hitting. Way ahead in the counts. David Bermudez coming through again. His bat has really caught fire this week.
So now he's just going to change places with the base runner. Second himself, still 0 outs in the inning, and now Casey Rother is going to come to the plate. Rother looking to just do the same thing David Bermudez about 1 plate appearance ago, as he's going to get a hold of this one as well. This one, Pennington seems like he has a good feel on, going to get there. Bermudez starts to take off. Instead, changes his mind, returns to second with only 1 out now, trying to avoid making it 2.
Yeah, Rother just got under that one, skied that up into left center. Bermudez still on second though, only 1 away. They're still at the front end of their lineup. It's gonna be Tyler Rando now. Flew out to left field, hit it pretty hard in the first inning.
I expect as the Miners go back through for their second time through, they saw a lot of the breaking action even in that first time through, so they have seen more of this pitcher's arsenal. Not a lot he can hide from them. time there. Able to get that nice changeup to fall into the zone for strike number 1. And get ahead of his first batter.
Yeah, Rando. Expect him to attack. He's done a lot of damage when down in the count, specifically a double against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots on Friday, I believe it was.
Bermuda's just playing mind games with him now. Going to turn back to second as Rocha really doesn't seem to be a biggest fan of that. Kind of reminds of how Fausto Lopez was treating the Miners pitching.
Yeah, Lopez was like dancing off the bag all night long. He ended up also getting a walk, as stepping off again is Rocha. So Bermuda is clearly affecting something of what Rocha is doing. Tyler Rando looking to take advantage. Like you said, there's not a huge crowd on hand today, but that's to be expected. It is cold and it's been rainy most of the day here in Kenai.
Just means there's more decibels for the cowbell.
Yeah, the cowbell, I don't think it's going to matter if this place is completely full or completely empty. You're going to hear it.
Miners hoping to block out the sound here. Rando at the plate, now behind 0-2. Time to get defensive at the plate and hopefully at least advance the runner. Rando got his eyes on an RBI, can almost guarantee it. Rando waiting the pitch, swings here, able to dribble it over to Olmstead, gets him out at the plate, 4-1.
4-3.
Or 4-1 out.
4-1 out. I was thinking you were saying 4-3. I was a little confused.
But Bermudez will advance to third. And now Aaron Walters is going to be tasked with bringing him home to make it a 2-run inning at the least for the Miners. This seems to be the kind of situation where Walters strides the most. He really likes to just shoot a single up between the short and second baseman. That's become his most common hit so far on the year.
Yeah, he's got a real shot to do it here, and he's got a ton of room in right center field. The right fielder, Soika, is over kind of near the line, and the center fielder is over in left center.
As Burmese going to take the slide just in case. Ball gets away from Johnson. Not wasting any time as David Bermudez making it a 2-0 game Miners.
Yeah, David Bermudez, good heads-up base running there to make the move on the wild pitch. That ball was in the dirt, scooting away from Johnson, and pretty good speed for David Bermudez coming in to score 2-0 Miners.
Now the pressure is off. Wally can swing free at the plate. Takes the first swing right after, deep into foul ground, landing more near the bullpen. And the amount of balls we've seen land next to that porta potty, they really should move that.
You're right on that.
Just makes them hurry up. Go faster.
I think they're aiming for it, honestly. Hitters at the plate.
Walter is going to take a low ball there. Good eye. If I were in the same position, I definitely would have struck out by now.
2-1 though.
Walters, Angelo State batter, showing off some real impressive vision, taking 2 low balls. And now he's ahead at 3-1 in the driver's seat of this at-bat. Takes the next one. Going to be a high fly ball. Put away. Antonsen had to keep moving, keep shuffling his feet to finally get there. Able to get the third out and finally end the top of the third, but not before 2 Miners runs could come across. One on a wild pitch and one on an RBI from David Bermudez. Miners striking early here, trying to hold on for the 4th win in this series. See if they can continue the dominance on the mound in the bottom of the third. Stay tuned to see Lance Santerre back in action. Welcome back here to the bottom of the third. After a long road trip, the Miners looking back in control, taking a 2-0 lead at the top of this inning. Now we're going to be tasked with defending that lead as Lance Santerre gets ready for his third inning on the mound.
Yeah, Santerre's been good through 2 so far. His kryptonite so far this season has been this third inning, so hoping to get an easy inning, but he'll have to do a pretty tough job against this lineup 2-3-4 due up for the Oilers.
Maybe Santerre playing a bit too much spike ball, sending that one right into the grass. 1-0 count now. Seeing to lock back into the zone, but this one's taken to deep right, going to be put away easily by Walters for the first out. 2 pitches, 1 out. It's a nice start for Lance Santerre in this inning.
He's a third of the way of getting out of the third. Santerre, when he's locked in, he's as locked in on anyone. He's got as good of stuff as anybody in the ABL. He's just looking for consistency, hoping to find some today.
They could use some deep innings here. Should we go all the way, this will be the only 9-inning game we play in this 5-game series. Nice strike there by Santerre. There's that cutter coming back in, moving into the bottom right corner, well, his bottom right corner of the batter's box.
Santerre's got him 0-1.
Delivering high on that one, taking it upstairs for ball 1, evening up the count at 1-1. That's a lot of ones in case you weren't sure.
Yeah. Also 1 hit for the Oilers today, so common theme continuing.
Big swing there. Make it 2. Tough play there for Casey Rother at third. Made a nice extension, just couldn't quite bring it into the glove and knock it down. Instead, it'll be their second base hit as he's able to get himself on.
Yeah, Rother getting down and dirty there, down the third baseline. His first start at third base today had a decent reaction to it, just not quick enough. But Mike Ferreira playing left field today over to get it quickly. Did a good job there to get it back into the infield quickly to keep Johnny Olmstead to a single.
Always got to be planning for the worst case scenario. Seen it play out a few times already, and both sides covering well. Garrett Pennington now going to be the next up to the plate for the Oilers. Nice job bringing it back into the zone. He's just got some real east-west action on his pitches today.
Yeah, he's trying to spin it up there, but he's got to be careful. Pennington, who obviously hit those home runs yesterday, hit a sharp line out to David Bermudez with a runner on third to end the first inning.
Santerre trying to throw him off at first. Instead, it's going to slip by Sorelli. May even get a chance at third, but instead he's going to post himself at second and stop there.
Yeah, that'll go down as a throwing error against Lance Santerre trying to pick him off.
Already shown some similar movement doing that earlier in the game. That time Sorelli wasn't sure if he wasn't ready or if the pitch or the throw was just that far away. That will advance John Olmstead. Olmstead stands on second. Santerre on the mound and Pennington at the plate.
Oh, 1.
Similar pitch to his first one. That one going to be called a ball. Now 1-1 with a runner in scoring position. Miners not looking to allow anything early.
It would be big to get Pennington out here. This is a big out. 1 on, 1 out. The best hitter for the Oilers at the plate.
And he's going to demonstrate that power. Swinging big that time, but the breaking ball just dropped on him. How about pulling the string on Garrett Pennington?
Yeah, 1 and 2 now on Pennington. Miners looking to take 4 out of 5 here in Kenai. That would be a big series win on a long road trip.
Santerre has what he wants, gets ready now. Wind up and delivery. Big fastball inside, not going to draw anything from the batter. Instead, going to be ball 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2 now on Pennington. Miners, if they could win today, would take 5 out of 7 on the road trip. And I'm sure if you ask manager Tyler LeBrun before this road trip, if they won 5 out of 7, he would say, I'd take that 100 times out of 100. Good road trip. at least this far.
Can't speak into the future yet. Got to get through this at-bat first as Pennington fouls that one off to stay alive.
Novicki in the on-deck circle struck out to begin the second. So Santerre has some experience punching him out. Santerre on the day has 2 punch-outs. Or rather, yeah, 2 punch-outs.
And behind him in the hole is John Hanley. So someone who does have some experience getting a hit off of Santerre today alone. Right now, focused on this 2-2 count. Breaking ball is going to get him, but Nakamura is going to look for the sign before he throws to first, and he's going to be safe.
Yeah, nothing he could do there. That ball just got away from him quickly. The runner at the plate, Pennington, didn't immediately react, but he got down there fairly quick, so it's going to be a strikeout, drop third, and it's going to be 1st and 3rd now for the Peninsula Oilers.
Not the kind of result you really expect from a strikeout victim, but he does reach the base and advance the runner as well. Miners shooting themselves in the foot with that last play, but hoping that they can still manage themselves out of this jam.
Now it's 1st and 3rd. Henry Novicki to the plate as now Tyler LeBrun is coming out of the dugout. I think he thought that was a foul ball. And he's animated over this.
He's going to keep fighting for it, and I can't blame him. Getting it out here, or at least continuing this AB, would be a major break for the Miners. Keeping that runner at second and getting at least another chance for the punch-out for Lance Santerre.
Yeah, the guys at the plate, Pennington, Nakamura, both didn't really react. I think they may have both thought that was a foul ball because nobody really reacted after he swung. Not even Pennington walking back to the dugout maybe thinking he got struck out. He definitely didn't think he got struck out.
No, usually on a drop third strike, you see a lot more hustle. Nakamura seemed like he was ready to just take another pitch, but it seems like it's going to stay that way despite the upset nature of Tyler LeBrun.
Yeah, he is clearly upset. Oilers crowd, small crowd on hand, letting him hear it. But yeah, I think his main basis of that argument, and he may have had some evidence to that argument. Both guys at the plate didn't really move, so that's probably what he was pleading. But anyhow, we're gonna have 1st and 3rd now for the Oilers. Henry Novicki at the plate. Santerre, they're looking strikeout or double play.
See if he's able to rebound from an event like that, as he gets a big first swing, at least on the first one, creating strike number 1.
Yeah, to be completely honest with you, I thought Tyler LeBrun might have got ran out of that game. He didn't. He's still in the dugout.
Holding back. Maybe if they get another call like that, we may see something more animated. In the meantime, Miners focused on getting themselves out of this inning. Another wild throw. At least Nakamura gets the benefit of the bounce, heading right towards the third baseline. Gonna keep him posted there. However, Pennington's going to advance to second.
It's going to be a wild pitch on Lance Santerre, who's already got 3 of them on the day.
Runners on second and third. A serious problem for the Miners here.
Now you got to be thinking strikeout. Infield isn't really playing in here either, so ground ball, they'll concede the run.
Will start to check his swing there. Would have brought it in for a real jam shot, but instead could stop himself in time. Going to be ball 2. 2-1 now.
Santerre trying to pour something over the plate.
That one will be called strike. 2-2 now.
That was a good get-me-over fastball by Lance Santerre. Put in a good spot. Novicki was going to make him throw a strike there, and he did it.
Wouldn't be surprised to see some off-speed action. Maybe that changeup after he's been pushing some real left-to-right action. And he does get the strikeout there. Big out by Lance Santerre. Able to put him away. Novicki going down swinging.
Is that maybe the cutter there from Lance Santerre?
Did seem to be a bit more south of the zone. Got him swinging, though. Now John Hanley is going to be the one in charge of trying to bring home some runners. Got a hit the first time he faced off against Santerre today.
Yeah, Santerre trying to get back-to-back innings with 2 runners in scoring position stranded. He stranded the bases loaded in the second. Second and third. Now he's got second and third. Here in the third. Lefty on righty matchup. Infield playing back.
Big throw there. Santerre continues to work that. It's really hard to read his delivery because it starts outside and just breaks all the way back in.
That was a good pitch there, though, from Santerre. Getting ahead of another batter, and this has been a problem that he's had through his first couple starts. He's fallen behind a lot of hitters. Today, ahead of a lot of them.
Looking strong here, especially after that previous strikeout. Another strikeout here would make it the simplest way to end the inning without any hassle. But right now, facing a 1-1 count.
As we near the 7 o'clock hour here in Alaska. Anchorage Bucks, Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Battle of Anchorage starting in just a couple of minutes.
Miners looking to end their third inning now. This one dribbled down the first base line. Another chance here. Sorelli slips. He will get him. A nice effort there by Santerre. He said, "I'll do it myself." Dove into first base and puts him away.
Sorelli charging there. He just completely slipped and fell down. Santerre didn't even realize it. He picked up the ball and was going to throw it to him. Realized he wasn't there and had to put a tag on right before Hanley reached the bag. So the Miners get a little help from Lance Santerre on defense to end the inning.
And that might be the most animated we see the first base line judges. What an ending to the third. Miners still hold on to a 2-run lead as we head into the top of the fourth. Thank you, Lance Santerre, for keeping that bagel on the scoreboard. We'll be back with some more Miners actions after a short break here. Welcome back here. Miners getting ready for another chance at the plate as they are going to be facing Rocha for another inning. Rocha so far has allowed as many runs to the Miners as he did in their first contest. And we're only through 3 so far. Tyler Wilson going to be the first Miner to step up to the plate right now. Wilson, one of the Miners that coming into today, batting him just a bit over 100. Not based on bad contact by any means, as you can see him get contact to send that one over the back net.
Rain starting to intensify here in Kenai.
As that's going to be the first strikeout of this inning for Liam Rocha.
Yeah, Rocha put him away there on 5 pitches. And now it'll be Nick Sorelli, who singled on that diving attempt by the center fielder in the second. Couldn't come up with it. Sorelli made it up to second base.
You know, I'm sure there's one person that's enjoying the rain today, and that must be Scoop,
Yeah,
the mascot for the Oilers. He's got to be warm in there today,
Good
nice and dry.
It's got to smell.
Probably.
It's probably like the man in the booth next to us said he's probably smelling like wet dog right now. I don't disagree.
Sorelli getting behind early here. 2 pitches, now 0-2 count as he fouls that one off. Miners would hate to fall back into a 1-2-3 inning after the success they had the previous time. This one going to be a ball.
1-2 on Nick Sorelli. It is a cold one, but Scoop is providing the entertainment. He's moving around behind the home plate area stands. That ball's fouled out of play down the first base line.
It wasn't just foul. Sorelli starting his own NASA program with a shot like that.
He hit one, remember, yesterday, and I believe it was game one.
It went over the bullpen signs.
He hit it over the bullpen signs. It was over the fence, just about 20 feet foul.
And this time he's going to take it, what looked like almost right near the knee. And that's going to be a foul ball. Didn't hit him, but real close.
I think it actually skipped in front of him and then hit up against his knee.
Sorelli sends this one the opposite way again. Might go foul. Instead, it's going to be probably the easiest out of Novicki's life as he just stood on first and let it roll into the glove. 2
quick outs for the Miners here. 2 easy outs, and now it's going to be Mike Ferreira with 2 away in the 4th.
Now that number 36, Mike Ferreira.
Ferreira looking for a big on-base hit by any means. Just getting the rally going for the Miners, making sure they can keep their momentum from that 3rd inning throughout the rest of this game. Takes ball 1 there as it's going to be high on a fastball.
Ferreira, right-handed batter, facing the right-hander Rocha. He goes ahead 2-0 in the count.
Took one high, took one low. Might be right in the middle for Mike Ferreira next. And it seems like it was almost right in the middle. He is going to be flying backwards. Grunberg does put it away, though. Inching closer to the wall. Gets the 3rd out there on a fly out 2-8. Miners go 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. No hits, no runners on. And now they have to get ready for the bottom of the 4th. Lance Santerre can continue to work as the rain really starts to come down here at Coral Seymour Park. Make sure you stay tuned to see the bottom of the 4th action. Welcome back to Miners action as they are getting ready to start the bottom of the 4th, and they're really going to have to start hurrying this game along with the way the rain is coming down. It's not seeming like it's going to get better. And that first pitch is any indication of how this game is going to go. It seems like it's going to get sloppy real fast.
Yeah, it's starting to really come down.
Going to be ball 1. Lance Santerre. This one going to get down. Casey Rother didn't think it was going to land fair. He goes past him on the foul line to throw to second. Easy tag. And he's out.
What a play there by Mike Ferreira, hurrying to the ball down the left field line. Ferreira's made a couple really nice plays down there. He's playing well. He doesn't get every day starts out in left field, but there he gets the throw out of the runner Soika at second.
And I'm not sure if he overestimated his speed or underestimated the arm of Ferreira, but he was thrown out easily. Williams was able to take his time to time up that tag. Ben Grunberg coming up to the plate now. Center fielder was able to end the last inning with a rather quiet ending, as Santerre gets ahead of him with an 0-1 count now. So far this year, Grunberg has not been graced with the best batting average on the squad. That's one way to say it's at 0.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit, trying to put something together here for the Oilers, as it seems like the rain continues to come down harder every minute.
All it takes is one, though. Starts to come around at that one. Not going to be called a strike.
Check swing.
First base judge helping him out there, avoiding the strikeout. Now a 1-2 count.
Remember, game only has to go 5 to be completed, and certainly you don't want to have to finish this as part of a series in Matsu against the Oilers later in the year, as that breaking ball just missed 2-2.
That was real close to the zone. Give him some leeway. Come on, Blue. It's getting a little rainy out there.
Chilly and rainy. Fastball missed in. 3-2.
Full count now for Ben Grunberg. He was able to draw 1 walk prior to today's game. Could be his second here and his first walk-on balls for Lance Santerre. Hit a few batters back to back. And will get his first walk there. Another close pitch. Could have gone either way, but will be called ball 4, and it's going to be Ben Grunberg walking to first with only 1 away.
Trevor Antonsen coming on the plate now. Antonsen was hit by a pitch. Part of back-to-back hit by pitches in the second inning that loaded the bases, but Santerre was able to navigate around any additional damage.
Obviously, the double play ball would be the pitcher's best friend in this situation, but in the conditions we're in, turning a play like that could be pretty difficult. Going for a pickoff there first, though.
Remember, Santerre doesn't want to be too sloppy throwing over there. He had that throwing error earlier that allowed the runner to advance up to second.
Always important to reestablish that connection, though. Can't stay hung up on the small detail of one time, as that one's fouled off for strike 1.
1-1. Miners after today have a couple of off days. They're off both tomorrow and Friday before they return home on Saturday against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. They'll play them for the first time at home this year. They've played them twice on the road so far, splitting the contest.
And those are going to be some well-deserved off days for these Miners after long competition.
7 games in a row, all on the road, so yeah, you can say this has been the most needed break of the year.
Santerre, a chance to get another punch out here. See if he'll get any favors from the man behind the plate.
He's got Antonsen 0-2. I'd expect something in the dirt.
This one going to be delivered right back up the middle, slipping by Bermudez just by inches and going to advance. Both runners safe. 1 on first, 1 on second now.
I think Santerre missed a spot there. He definitely didn't want to throw a cookie over the plate. And that's what happened as Antonsen took it right back out the box. As now it's 2 on and just 1 out, and it's at the top of the order. Cole Moore, not the guy you want to see in the box if you're the Miners.
We said that before, though, and did go down on strikes.
Hoping for another punch out here as Kevin Nakamura is out to talk to Santerre, and Tyler LeBrun out of the dugout to go talk to his starting pitcher, as now the infield's going to converge and have a meeting at the mound.
There does seem to be a bit of warming up going on in the Miners bullpen. Wouldn't be surprised to see somebody within the next few innings or so, but so far Santerre, as many jams as he's been in, has been able to work out of every single one. And right now, might get a chance to even see Nate Beimel come back out.
Yeah, Beimel's loosening up there. Not sure if he's going to be the guy, but he has his jersey, or his pullover off, and he's got his jersey on underneath, and now it looks like he is throwing down in the pen. It would be Bimel's first appearance in a number of days.
If Bimel does come out and get a strikeout, keep your eyes on Twitter.
We've got a really good strikeout.
We have something prepared for this moment.
We've had something in the works for about a week.
And we want everybody to go like it.
Cole Moore stepping in now. 2 on, 1 out. Santerre's been able to escape jams in both the second and third, trying to do the same here in the fourth.
Wants to get control of this game before he hands it over to anybody. Starting with a strike is a solid way to do that.
Santerre goes ahead 0-1. Tying run is over at first in the form of Antonsen. Go ahead run at the plate in the form of Cole Moore. Central Missouri product, been all over the bases this series.
Santerre proving to be a good matchup. Lefty on lefty. Gets a big swing there. Chance for a double play. Won't get the one at second. Decides to only go for the one at first. Gets him out. Runners advance second and third now. 2 outs in the inning.
That's a smart play by David Bermudez. It was a slow bouncing grounder that just got by Santerre. Bermudez fielded it. He was in a weird position to throw it to the second baseman, Williams. And probably the smart play there to just go for the easy out at first. 2 away now.
He made a quick check at second just to see if he had the chance for a double play.
That would have been extremely tough just to get the out at second there. Not even talking about the double play.
Now, Miners gonna get another chance here.
Taylor Johnson. 2 on, 2 out.
Another strike there. Getting ahead of batters has proven to be an absolute necessity for Lance Santerre. He has done it consistently in this game. Getting ahead now, 0-1.
He's going out there and competing. First pitch strikes are always important, and he's done that well today.
Especially with how often they've been taking his first pitch, just letting it go by. You're going to take my first pitch, I'll get ahead in the count. Santerre looks to get out of another jam here. Will do so. Sorelli gets his foot down on the plate, on the bag. That's 3 outs. Miners, they're through 4. Now score for the Oilers. 2 on the board for the Miners. 2-0 slim lead heading into the top of the 5th. Miners bat's going to be coming back to the plate. Make sure to stay tuned here at Coral Seymour Park. Welcome back here to more minor baseball as we are getting ready in the top of the 5th as the rain is getting heavier and the game seems like its moments may be waning as Kevin Nakamura is not going to keep an eye on the rain. He's going to keep an eye on the ball, getting a big swing there, just chipping it off foul.
It's down 0-2 in the count. This rain is really intensifying now. I mean, it is about as high or about as much as it'll get as Nakamura down there on strikes.
Gonna take that one looking. A nice delivery there from Liam Rocha, still continuing his job on the mound. Aside from that third inning, he's looked strong as well. It's been a real pitching battle, just making sure they can minimize any of the damages.
Miners just trying to get through 5. Remember, a complete game is after 5 innings, so if this game were to be rained out after 5 innings, it would go down as a final.
Another pitch for a strike. Liam Rocha, 4 straight strikes to start this inning. Not surprised by his endurance, as this one finally going to be ball. No immaculate inning for you, Liam Rocha. And now at the plate for the Miners, going to be Jordan Williams. Got on with a big shot earlier, going for 2 bases, and actually came around and become one of those 2 runs brought in by David Bermudez.
Yeah, David Bermudez drove him in on a single to left field, but Williams on a 3-1 pitch last time absolutely smoked the ball off the bottom of the left field wall.
This one taking for a strike once again. Rocha really just liking that simple break.
2-2 here on Jordan Williams.
This time it's going to be a fastball low, or
breaking ball maybe.
Low. Get him swinging, and that is going to be the second strikeout. Back-to-back Ks swinging, or one swinging, one looking for Liam Rocha, as now David Bermudez is the only one standing between him and punching out the side.
Yeah, he's been really good this inning. On the day, he's got 4 total now, and 4 2/3 innings of work. David Bermudez, top of the order for the Miners.
This one, he's going to be taken for a ball. Bermudez takes a bit of a step off the plate there.
Bermudez, as we mentioned before, singled in a run and also scored a run of his own in that 3rd inning for the Miners.
This one taken for strike 1, though, as everything seems like it's a bit slower out of people's hands in the field now. Makes a lot more sense. Bermudez is delivering a bit of a moonshot out to left center field, as Grunberg is going to get under this one, bring it back into his mitt, making it a 1-2-3 inning. Not what the Miners wanted, but maybe what this game needs with the way the rain is coming down. Gonna have to survive the bottom of the 5th first. Miners gonna be back up on the mound, and we could see another lefty taking over for Lance Santerre. In the meantime, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, as we do have another lefty on the mound, but this time his name is Nate Beimel.
Nate on for his first appearance, actually, in a little over a week on the season. He's been pretty dominant in the strikeout category and ERA category. He's pitched 8 2/3 innings, and he struck out 14 batters, almost 2 an inning. He's been electric out of the Miners' pen so far. They're only lefty down there in that pen, so he's doing an excellent job so far this year.
And I was talking to him about those strikeout numbers. Now that he's been sidelined for almost a week to let him rehabilitate, Christian Seahorse and Willie Johnston both passed him up as the strikeout king on the team.
Yeah, Beimel obviously at a bit of a disadvantage pitching out of the bullpen primarily, but he'll try to at least make up some ground here as he'll face 3, 4, 5 in the Oiler order. As you got to wonder, this could be the last half inning of baseball as the managers both meeting the past couple of innings. Game has to go 5 to be official.
Beimel likes to start off with that fastball. We see it there as he gets a foul tip on the first pitch.
Yeah, Beimel, kind of Chris Sale-like with that delivery to the plate. He kind of hides the ball from the hitter until the last second, and then he has a long lunge out off the mound throwing. So it's almost like he's throwing for maybe 57 or 58 feet, over 60 feet.
Beimel
Stepping off before that pitch. I'm getting a bit wet out there.
You're going to have to watch your step for sure. Make sure your footing is solid. You don't want anyone getting slipped and hurt. Beimel delivers pitch number 2, and this one's also a strike.
Yeah, good breaking ball there from Beimel. Downwards, cut to it, maybe a slider. He's got Johnny Olmstead in a deep, deep hole now, 0-2.
That curveball action. And Beimel tries to get some more heat upstairs, but no high-eye cheese this time for the batter. He's just going to let that one go by for ball 1.
Still in the driver's seat. Here's the 1-2.
Wasting no time on these pitches as well. They might be hurrying up the pitchers to get through their rotation as John Olmstead is just taking a bombardment of pitches from Beimel at the mound.
Infield dirt is really starting to gather some water.
That's another nice one, curveball from Beimel. You see it lob into the zone, unable to catch up and get a good spot on it is Olmstead, but he will foul it off to stay alive.
Looking at the weather report, it really does not signify good news as rain is really starting to move over the peninsula.
But Beimel says, I don't need that. I'm going to strike him out anyway. Gets him with a nice pitch on the inside of the black that time. First Beimel strikeout of the game, 15th for the season. And now turn your eyes to Twitter for a special Nate Beimel picture.
You'll see it in a couple of minutes. I'll get it out, hopefully at the end of this inning.
That is the one thing we came here for, folks, so we can pack up and leave now.
One away now. It's going to be the cleanup hitter for the Oilers, Garrett Pennington. After those 2 home runs yesterday, he lined out and then he struck out on an interesting wild pitch play as there's a 1-out single for Garrett Pennington.
Wasted no time here. Saw the first batter go down on strikes. This time he got ahead and attacked that early fastball. Got that one driven out into right field.
As now Henry Novicki will come to the plate, the left-handed batter who struck out a couple of times. Once swinging, once looking. Beimel would love to get another one here.
First baseman, number 6.
I don't want to speak too early. This is almost, it feels almost like a closer type situation.
Beimel trying to pitch like one too, especially with the heat he rushes past all these batters. This time it's going to be low for ball 1, but he has some serious heat when he throws it into it, especially with that stride like you had mentioned. He just delivers fast at you.
Pick off over there. First now, and the runner falling off the back. Sorelli tagging the runner. The runner got knocked over.
That's what you get when you run into Nick Sorelli. Brick wall at the plate there.
A 1-0. Here on Henry Novicki. Miners would love a ground ball here.
That's some nice placement by Nate Beimel. Not going to get the call he wanted though. 2-0 now. Henry Novicki sitting in a favorable count. Nate Beimel looking for his first strike here in this AV. Novicki's going to swing for it. Throw by Kevin Nakamura. Going to get past him. Bermudez couldn't bring it in. Williams there on the recovery, but he will be safe at second. That's going to be a stolen base.
Yeah, Garrett Pennington taking off on the pitch. Pitch in the dirt. It's a good job by Nakamura to even get a throw off the second. Not really a chance to get him there. 2-1 now on Henry Novicki. He'll try to drive in Garrett Pennington. This is the 4th inning in a row. Actually, this is the 5th inning. All 5 innings, the Oilers have had a runner on second. Just nobody has crossed the plate yet.
Beimel looking to keep that trend going. delivers here. Another one of those big curves. Does get him swinging, and he can't seem to catch up to it, as that's going to be strike two. A big whiff that time by Novicki at the plate.
2-2 on Henry Novicki from Bucknell University. 6'3", 170 pounds. Bucknell in Tennessee as part of the Atlantic Sun Conference.
Weimel looking for another strikeout here. This one breaks down. Does not get a favorable call. It is going to be a full count. Nate Weimel, no room for error here. Challenge.
Right on the border, top of the zone, just missed. Weimel's gonna try to get him out here though on 3-2.
Wasting no time on the delivery. Will be upstairs, way too high. Ball 4, and that's a walk for Henry Novicki after getting behind Nate Weimel.
2 on, 1 out. Another dangerous situation for the Miners as Tyler LeBrun is taking the slow walk out to the mound. There's nobody warming in the Miners' pen, as the athletic trainer as well is going to go out there and check on Nate Weimel. Maybe they saw something, or Nakamura is not actually going to go out to the mound. He's just standing in front of the plate.
Could be a pinch hitter, number 28, Coral Seymour.
We have a pinch hitter actually coming to the plate now as the trainer checks on Weimel. The pinch hitter for the Oilers is going to be number 28, Cole Haig. Pinch hitting for Hanley here in the 5th.
And I genuinely hope Weimel gets to pitch in this AV simply for the fact that he and Hage, they know each other pretty well. It's almost like they
Two Columbia
go to the
guys.
same school or something.
Yeah, Cole Hage. Hopefully going to get to face his teammate Nate Weimel as he continues to talk with the athletic trainer and Tyler LeBrun on the mound.
And I'm sure Weimel's working on convincing them that he's good to go. He's been waiting for this chance to pitch for a while, as long as he's not in pain.
Miners' pen has picked up during this conversation. Looks like a right-hander throwing. But Nate Weimel's going to stay in this game. So after a long talk, appears he has one over the right to face Cole Haig here, but he's in a deep situation. First and second, just one away here in the 5th, in an inning that could be the last of this game.
So now we get ready to see our Columbia clash as Nate Weimel, Cole Hage are getting ready to do battle.
For the Peninsula Oilers from Columbia, number 28, Cole Seymour.
Hage. Weimel. This has to have some kind of personal meaning to him to be able to get this. He can hold it over for him for the rest of the season. Gonna start with the ball here.
1-0.
Their teammates.
Weimel needing a ground ball or a strikeout here. Actually, an out any way he can get it, really. Back-to-back runners reaching after that leadoff strikeout.
Double play ball is in play as well. Obviously, runners at first and second. Novicki standing at first. Big throw there. Weimel gonna be too far inside. Ball 2.
Ran 2-0 on Hage. This is not the situation you want if you're the Miners.
It goes the other way for Hage, too. He gets a hit or a walk on Weimel. I'm sure he's going to hear about it in the Columbia clubhouse. Big swing there, though. No contact. Nate Weimel gets him on his changeup action. Starting to bring himself back into this count now at 2-1.
We also apologize for any inconvenience with the video streaming. As maybe a bit of an issue with the streaming as it goes 3-1 here on Cole Hage. Hopefully that is a better video stream for those watching at home. It's a bit rainy here. 3-1 is upstairs and Cole Hage has walked.
Not the AB Nate Weimel was arguing for when they had that mound visit. Right now he is facing a bases loaded situation with only 1 out in the inning, and you have to think if this is the final inning of play like we may be suspecting, then this is, of course, the most important batter so far. Andrew Soika is getting ready to step up to the plate.
There's a meeting on the mound between some of the Miners infielders, Nakamura and Weimel. As maybe Tyler LeBrun is going to go to his pen. This could be more of a stall move than anything else. LeBrun on the top step. Hasn't exited the dugout yet.
right-handed turning at first base. Number 11.
Can't
Owen
tell who the
Christie.
pitcher is down in the pen, but it is a right-hander. It appears it's going to still be Nate Beimel for the time being on the mound. Bases loaded, only one out. This would be a huge jam to escape.
We also have a pinch runner at first, as Owen Christie is going to use his legs instead of Hage. So after getting that walk, Hage celebrate in the dugout with his team. Beimel working his way out of a jam right now, and starting it off with a nice strike on the curveball is a great way to do it.
Yeah, he's got to really get ahead of hitters right now.
Known for punching out batters, a strikeout here would be huge for a situation where Nate Beimel has the tying run standing at second base. Big swing here by Soika, only gets beneath it as it's going to be hit backwards to the back net.
Nate Beimel's got him in an 0-2 hole here. And anything in the dirt, remember, it's a rainy day. It's going to be a tough job for Nakamura. So maybe that affects their plans with maybe a ball in the dirt here.
Still, Beimel likes to strike out batters with heat. Maybe expect something high and fast on this next pitch in the 0-2 count.
Time taken before the pitch.
Beimel ignoring the runners around him for a second. Trying to strike out Andrew Soika at the plate. Will not do it with this pitch, though, as this one's going to be down. Just a nice block there by Kevin Nakamura.
1-2. Infield is fairly in. The infield up the middle is playing for the double play, but the corner's fairly tight.
Right now, Beimel getting ready for another one. Just said he did not go around, though. He is going to live for another pitch. 2-2 now. Almost got him to fish away as Soika started to go around, barely able to stop himself.
2-2 on Soika. 1 for 2 on the day.
Soika will not swing at that low-hanging fruit either. 3-2 count now, and now Nate Beimel, with no bases empty, is in danger of walking across a run.
Nowhere to put him. Beimel has to throw a strike here. And expect a fastball, and I'm guessing the runner at the plate, Soika's thinking fastball too. Outfield playing pretty deep.
Beimel does get him with some heat. This one going to be flying deep into right field as Aaron Walters going to test out his arm now, trying to throw to third. The cutoff will be there. And he's going to leave runners at first and third. Runners at the corner. One comes across. It's a one-run ball game now on a sac fly. Miners hoping to cling on to this one-run lead. But it looks like that might be the end of the day for Nate Beimel. There is going to be another meeting as skipper Tyler LeBrun approaches the mound. Beimel able to get two. One on strikeout, one on the sac fly. But does also leave two base runners for whoever inherits this job. And it looks like it may be another day for Alex Majors.
Can't tell yet, but now it's real. Yeah, that's Alex Majors coming out. A side-arming righty.
Number 30 for the Miners was put to work the other day when they needed a save in their comeback win of Game 1 of 2 for the doubleheader yesterday. Gonna see if he can do the same here. And them putting him in this position almost assures to me that this fifth inning might be the last we get to see here today.
Yeah, it's definitely a save-esque situation as they're bringing in their best pitcher, best relief pitcher now to face Ben Grunberg. Actually, we might have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for the Oilers. Looks like maybe number 9 for the Oilers, that would be Dylan Ditzenberger, has entered the on-deck circle. And now it's even more apparent that with all the pinch hitters, pinch runners this inning, this is going to be the final one.
Now, we're going to see if their side-arming stud can get past one batter. Has had no real issues striking people out so far this year, as he has easily been one of their most efficient pitchers. A 2.25 ERA, 10 strikeouts to only 4 walks. He seems to know his assignment and get it done easily. Only a 2-pitch arsenal, but with the slider, if it's able to move the way it normally does in the rain today, it could easily be enough to put away one batter.
Yeah, Majors in a tough spot now. First and third. Miners finally gave a run. The Oilers have had runners on base all night. They've gotten 5 hits. And on the night, they've also gotten 2 hit by pitches and 3 walks. So they've had 10 runners in less than 5 total innings, and they finally got their first run across. Majors trying to strand another.
There's only a few more warm-up pitches left, as Ditzenberger seems like he's been ready for this AB. He finally gets the signal that he can walk up to the plate.
Yeah, this is a last batter-esque at-bat of the game. I mean, with the forecast, for any of you listening in Palmer, the rain in Kenai has been steady throughout the late afternoon, and the radar right now is not looking good. Pretty much everything over Kenai right now is green, which signifies rain.
Save chance for Alex Majors, walk-off chance for Dylan Ditzenberger. Both players trying to do everything they can to secure another win for their squad.
Majors, first and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch.
Strike for the first one.
Good pitch there by Alex to get ahead.
And now you're likely to see some slider action, as he loves to use that for his second and third throws. Majors gonna keep going with that fastball, that sidearm action. Hard to figure out where it's being placed. 0-2 now, ahead of Dylan Ditzenberger.
Remember, that runner on third can score in a pass ball, wild pitch, anything.
He needs to make sure he's on key with Kevin Nakamura. Instead, he's just going to get a quick, easy out, underhanded to Sorelli. Gets out of the inning. 3 pitches is all it took for Alex Majors to survive the 5th. And Miners couldn't have used it in any other fashion. An easy way to put him away there, as now he's going to get some high fives from his teammates in the dugout as they're going to celebrate surviving 5. We're going to see if there's any more baseball left to play. Take a short break to see if there's a final decision. Until then, we'll be right back in a few minutes. And we will continue this game in the rain. Miners going to come back up to the plate for the top of the 6th. And what seemed like it was going to be a bit of a save final game situation is now just going to become another part of the inning, as we are already seeing the effects of the rain on the mound, as Liam Rocha just takes a bit of a tumble there.
Squaring to bunt, that ball goes foul, 1-1.
Casey Rother able to at least foul that one off. It's not going to be perfect, don't worry about it. Rother going to take that one as a ball down low, and I expect the accuracy from pitchers on both sides to really start to dwindle if they continue in these conditions, just because you can see how dark the mound and the dirt is getting.
I mean, just look at the Oilers jerseys, which were much more light red at the start of the game.
Casey Rother said, I might as well try and use this situation to hit myself a home run, as he sends that one over the wall. Liam Rocha, you've been victimized by a Casey Rother home run twice this season now. The only pitcher he's been able to hit him off of, as Casey Rother happily high-fives Casey Sherman coming in to home plate, now gets to celebrate with his teammates, and it's like the run from last inning never even happened. Casey Rother does it all by himself.
Yeah, he's probably pretty happy the game continued because he got a second home run there. That ball was barreled to the left center field gap. That was no cheapie out of the deepest part of the park, and now here come the umpires, as looks like the Oilers are going to try to scrape off that mound. Rocha struggling just to get a grip on the mound. 3-1 game. This game could be coming to a halt very quickly if this mound isn't fixed up.
Well, I don't think we're going to get anything cooler than that in this game, so we might as well call it after that one. Casey Rother at least sending these fans home with something to talk about, with that shot just ripped right next to the scoreboard in left field. As they're going to continue to rake and clean up the field, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back whenever they have things settled, and we got more baseball for you. Make sure to stay tuned. We will continue action here at Coral Seymour Park. They are going to put some nice dirt, clean up the mound and the batter's box. Both sides definitely going to need it, especially with all of the movement constantly happening. Someone getting hurt is the last thing you would want out of an extended game in these conditions. As Liam Rocha, I'm sure, is going to be putting plenty of focus on where he's making his step two. If he takes a step past that new dirt, he could really put himself at risk. But right now, Tyler Rando is the one at risk at the plate, as he is behind 0-2 on 2 foul balls. Make that 3, but he's still alive.
Rando still working alive. We're in the 6th here in Kenai. Yeah, there's gonna be no breaks in the rain. If they're gonna keep playing, it's gonna be through the rain. There's no breaks in the weather. Till about 11:30 local time.
Rando just gonna keep sending them back to the entrance of the park. In case any kid couldn't afford entry fees, he's giving them foul balls.
Zach Campbell's outside the gates waiting patiently.
Rando taking another one here, taking that one low for ball one.
Taylor Johnson looks a little bit shaken up after that one. He took that one off the chest. A little shaken up as the umpire is now going to walk out there to exchange the ball. As now here comes the third base umpire to the mound, and maybe we have a stoppage. Umpires converging on the infield. Rando and Taylor Johnson gave each other a fist bump behind the plate, maybe signifying that this thing's going to go into a delay. The umpires converge in on the infield to talk about what's next.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them delay this game. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of upkeep to make sure that we can keep going whatsoever. Getting to the end of even this inning could prove to be a challenge. It keeps coming down and messing with the playing field.
As now the third base umpire is going to walk towards the Oilers dugout as their manager emerges. He's going to talk to him. Tyler LeBrun also out of the Miners dugout, standing near the on-deck circle, talking about the field conditions.
Sure they're not talking about what they want to get to eat later?
Yeah, honestly, like, honestly, maybe they're talking about, like, what their go-to sub at Subway is. Maybe that's what it is.
They might be. Just not likely.
Yeah, probably not. It's probably about the rain, but wishful thinking. Now the umpires walk down into the Oilers dugout. Maybe have a conference with an assistant coach for the Oilers. Tyler LeBrun stands near home plate now.
We have a whole lot of unanswered questions here right now.
Well, the issue itself is not the rain coming down all at one time. The issue is it's going to stay like this. The rain isn't completely overpowering at the moment, but it's been going for a couple hours and is going to continue for several more. That's really the main issue. There's no breaks.
No real breaks, especially with the Miners. Supposed to be leaving town tomorrow in order to get back home to the Matsu Valley in near Palmer, Alaska. This team, they're not going to really stick in town for another day. If anything, this delay might lead into the next time the Oilers take a trip up to Herman Brothers Field.
So now walking out of the Oiler dugout is the third base umpire, as here comes some of the Oiler players as well emerging from the dugout. Still no verdict on the field. You got to think with everybody emerging from the Oiler dugout that this game is probably going to be at least delayed.
The GM for the Peninsula Oilers out there as well. Yes, you're getting a lot of celebrity cameos coming for this particular stop.
As Rando is now walking away from the box, now he pauses. I mean, this is almost ridiculous. It seems like
this is Shakespearean with the amount of suspense that they are leaving with.
As now Rando's walking back to the dugout, and it looks like this game will indeed be delayed. We're going to have a rain delay here in Kenai with the Miners leading 3-1. Nobody out in the top of the sixth. That's where we'll stay if this game does not get resumed.
We will be taking a short break to get a final verdict to see if this team will be even capable of playing again. We will keep you guys updated on all of our social media accounts, so be sure to check that out as well in order to keep up to date with the state of the game, as this one may be concluded for today. If that is the case, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Sean Neep alongside Reese Lannon from the Kenai Peninsula. We hope to hear you on the next broadcast and have you along for the ride. Thank you so much for tuning in.